My name is James Taylor, the author of Jazz and Improvised Piano. Now then, many people studying jazz hear the word mode and they get frightened by it. In this video, I hope to make finding modes, well, the actual process of finding the modes a lot easier, and also I hope to clarify for you exactly what a mode is. First of all, what is a mode? Well, if we take the major scale as a starting point, this is the scale of C major. All the white notes running from a C to the upper C there. This is actually called the Ionian Mode in itself. Okay, it's called the Ionian Mode, and of course we can play the major scale of E flat. That's E flat Ionian, or we can play, I don't know, an A flat major scale, and that's a scale of A flat, also called A flat Ionian. Now then, one of the first secondary modes that we learn is the Mixolydian Mode. Now the Mixolydian Mode is the major scale with the flattened seventh. By the way, in finding all these modes, I suggest that everybody who knows, well, either minimal theory or who knows a lot of theory, I suggest that everybody uses the major scale as a starting point, because it's a very good frame of reference to work from. And it's certainly the most familiar starting point. Now then, okay, so the Mixolydian Mode has got the flattened seventh in it. So this is a C major scale that we've already done. We flatten the seventh degree. Now this is the seventh degree, so we flatten it to a B flat. So this is now C Mixolydian. So it's pretty much the same as the major scale, C Ionian, only we've got the lowered seventh. So the Mixolydian scale has got the lowered seventh. If we were to start on E flat, now E flat major scale we've said is going to be this. That's E flat Ionian. So flatten the seventh degree, and when we played E flat major, we had a D natural. We flatten that to a D flat now to give us an E flat Mixolydian. And of course we can start on, I don't know, a B flat. Now B flat major scale goes like this. And here again we flatten this seventh degree here to an A flat. So we get, and that's now a B flat Mixolydian. If you're practicing this right now, I suggest that you pause the video and maybe find an A Mixolydian and a D Mixolydian. And okay, if you've looked at those now, for your A Mixolydian, you should have found a G natural, and for your D Mixolydian, you should have found that. The D Mixolydian has only got the F sharp in it, the C is the C natural there. Now, okay, so that's the Mixolydian Mode, which is the major scale with the flattened seventh, or if you like, the Ionian Mode with the flattened seventh. Now then, the next most important mode is the Dorian Mode, which you've probably heard of anyway. Now then, this, like the Mixolydian Mode, has got the flattened seventh, but it's also got a flattened third. So C major scale, C Ionian if you like, is all the right notes. Now then, the Dorian Mode has got the flattened third and the flattened seventh. So we have got the E flat and the B flat. So supposing I were to find G Dorian, G major scale, it's got the F sharp in it, which is the seventh. So this F sharp would be lowered to an F natural. That's our lowered seventh. Also the third in G major is a B, which I will flatten to a B flat. So G Dorian is that. Similarly, if I were to look at if I look at an E Dorian, first of all, an E major scale, we've got the F sharp and the G sharp, C sharp and D sharp. That's E major scale, E Ionian if you like. So we flatten the third, the G sharp becomes a G natural, and the D sharp becomes a D natural. So that's our E Dorian mode. Okay, at this point, I suggest you, if you look for an A Dorian, that'd be a good idea. Pause your video and find it now. Okay, you should have found this. Now, A major scale is that. We've got the C sharp and the F sharp and the G sharp. The Dorian mode, it's got the lowered third. There's your 6th degree, and your lowered 7th is there. So we've got, that's our A Dorian. So we've learned 3 basic modes so far. The major scale, which is called the Ionian Mode, that's Ionian, and the Mixolydian Mode, which is like the Ionian, only it's got the flattened 7th. That's the major scale with the flattened 7th. And then finally we looked at the Dorian Mode, which is like the major scale, only it's got the flattened 7th and also the flattened 3rd. So the Dorian is the major scale with the flattened 7th and also the flattened 3rd. Now, those are the most common natural modes, if you like, and the reason why is because if we're working in the key of C major, quite often we get, well, this is our chord 1 in C major, if you like, this is our chord 2, our chord 3, notice the chord 1 has got the first note of C major at the bottom, chord 2 has got the second note of C major at the bottom, chord 3 has got the third, chord 4, 5, 6 and 7 and 8. So when you play a chord 2, we've got a D at the bottom. So we're running C major scale from a D to a D. This is actually a D Dorian mode. It's mode 2 of C major scale, if you like. Mode 2 of C major scale is actually a D Dorian, in that if we compare this to D major scale has got the F sharp and the C sharp, which we've lowered to become ordinary F and ordinary C. So this is mode 2 of C major, if you like, which goes with chord 2 of C major, and it's D Dorian. And the next common chord, well, after a chord 2, we often find a chord 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Chord 5 is a G chord, so we're running C major scale from a G to a G. Now, if you look at this, this is like a G major scale with a flattened 7th. G major scale has got the F sharp in it. We've lowered the F sharp to an F natural, so we're running. This is actually a G Mixolydian. It's like a G major scale with a flattened 7th. It's actually also mode 5 of C major scale. If you like, C major scale running from C to C is all the right notes. We're running it from the 5th note, the G, up to the upper G. So this is mode 5 of C major scale. And of course mode 1 of C major scale is there. Okay, so 3 modes. The major scale, which is also called the Ionian Mode, and the second mode that we looked at was the Mixolydian Mode, which is like the major scale with a flattened 7th, and the third scale we looked at was the Dorian Mode, which is like the major scale with the flattened 7th and the flattened 3rd. Okay, so those are the most important ones to know. Now, just for clarity, quite often we hear people talking about the natural minor mode. Now then, for those people who know a lot of theory, it's basically the melodic minor descending pattern, or if you like, it's the minor going up using all the notes in the key signature. Now then, it's also called the Aeolian Mode. Now then, having got as far as the Dorian Mode, it's only one step further. If we look at C major scale, we've had the Mixolydian Mode so far, which has got the flattened 7th. We've had the Dorian Mode, which has got the flattened 3rd and the flattened 7th. And this final one, the Aeolian Mode, also called the natural minor, has got the flattened 6th, as well as the flattened 7th and the flattened 3rd. So we've got the flattened 7th, 3rd and 6th, which gives you... And of course you can find this in any key. G major scale. If you flatten the 3rd, the 6th and the 7th, this gives us our G Aeolian. I hope this has been of great use to you, and all the best. Have fun with these.